Hey, hello, leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr., and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So, today I want to talk about something that I called it a dangerous place for leaders. And I really do think this is a danger zone for leaders to get in this, I don't know what you would call it, belief, attitude. I don't know. But the danger place that I'm talking about for leaders is contentment, being content. You see, being content, I think for anybody in that matter, not only just a leader, but for anybody, being content is dangerous because it just tells you that you're okay with the way everything is and you don't need to get any better or do any better or have any more or do any more. And it really gets you, I think, in that stagnation feeling or that stagnation phase of life that we need to keep going. We can't be stagnant. And that's kind of why we named current leadership, because we want you to be in the current. And if you think about a current, like a river current or a wind current or an electricity current, they're always moving. There's never just standing still. It's flowing. It's going. And that's where, if we get too content, if we have too much contentment in our life and in every area of our life, we're going to be stagnant. And the definition of contentment is to limit oneself in requirements, desires, or actions. Now just let that soak in. To limit oneself in requirements, desires, or actions. I always thought contentment was just being content, being happy where you are. But it's actually to limit oneself. As soon as we get content, we're limiting ourselves because we're no longer improving or trying to better ourselves or our situations. So in that sense, I really understand it. And it's really dangerous, I think, to be content. And here's a few things. I think it's dangerous to be content with your abilities and or your knowledge and or skill level at anything. All right? I think you should be improving. I think you should be getting better. Now, if it's a hobby or something that you just do like maybe once a year, well, you might be able to be content with your skill or knowledge or, your capabilities in that area. But if you do it and it's important, why wouldn't you want to learn more? Every time you do it, you're doing it again and again and again. So hopefully you're getting better at it. I also think it's dangerous to be content with your service to others and just in general, how much you serve. How much service do you provide to others? How much do you help them? I also think it's dangerous for leaders and for people in general to be content with your amount of influence that you have on others. No matter who we are, we have different experiences than the people around us. And I'm talking about even if you have lived with somebody for 50 years, those last 50 years, you're going to experience, or you have experienced different things than they have. Because unless you were attached at the hip, and you know what, even if you are attached at the hip, it's our mind, it's our brain that processes different situations differently, or processes each situation differently. And that is based on our experiences and our thoughts and our self-talk. If we have a lot of negative self-talk going, as soon as somebody says something to you, you might get on the defensive. But if you don't have that negative self going, somebody can say the same thing to you. Even if you're standing right next to that person, you might hear it one way, that other person might hear it a whole different way. So again, it's dangerous to be content on the amount of people you influence. And I would say that includes mentoring, teaching, hanging out with, you know, whoever you're in the presence of at any given time, you are, in a sense, a friend, an acquaintance, and or an influence of some way, shape, or form. They could be watching you. They could be watching what you're saying. So don't get content with the amount of people you influence, because you have the ability to influence them the right way. Lead by the right example. Influence them in a positive way. It's also dangerous to be content with in your giving. And that could be your time off, or your effort, your help, your money, anything that you have to give to others. I think you should always strive to, be more. You're going to reach a limit where one might have to fall off and you can add something else. But man, always know that there's other people out there that you can give something to. Time, effort, resources, all of that is very important. And now, it's not all bad, though. I think we should be content and even grateful for what we do have. And I think that's where most of us feel like the definition of content falls. Hey, I'm content with what I got. I'm grateful for what I have. But that doesn't mean that I want to stop here. I want to do more. I want to help more people. I always want to try to help leaders and their teams be the best that they can be. That's my mission in life. That's my purpose. That's my identity. It's my life mission. And because that's one of my natural gifts, teaching, mentoring other people. I love it. Coaching. So be content, be grateful for what you have, but be cautious about being content with all the things we mentioned earlier. Be cautious about being content with your capabilities and your accomplishments, especially when it comes to the little things in life. Always strive to do your best and be your best, especially when it includes other people. Your best is yet to come. We learned that over last week, the interview with Craig Walker, and how you can live a shameless life. Because your best is truly yet to come. Doesn't matter if you're 60 or 80 or 100 years old or 15 years old. Your best is yet to come. Hey, I just want to challenge you today and encourage you to never, ever limit yourself to what you're doing or what you have, but always strive to be the best that you can be. Hey, I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I hope you have a great week this week. I'm praying for you. Love you all, and we will talk to you soon. Until tomorrow, run to your challenges. We'll see you.